which they use in a derogatory fashion, which technically I suppose we are gypsies.
But in a good way.
But in a good way. We travel for our living, but I think there's sometimes when they say gypsy, there's sort of this undertone of I say gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
Yeah.
Like the Cher song. People. I think there's a sort of a grifting element to circus, which is totally unfounded, but it's one of those myths that have sort of persisted over the years. So I think that's probably the biggest misconception.
Yeah.
I always think about, rock stars, pop stars. They travel for work. They perform at different venues every single day. They live on tour buses, just like we do. But it's, people think that what they do is cool, and what we do is somehow not as cool.
Yeah, like a step below.
And it's really basically the same. I mean, it's the same operation. So that's a little bit disappointing. But again, you just have to realize that people just don't understand. They just don't know. So
right. And then there's organizations that sort of have been changing that a little bit, like Cirque du Soleil, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are performers that have really, really embraced circus, like Pink.
Absolutely, yeah. The circus arts are very popular, and really our founders, Dolly and Pedro, have done such a wonderful job to elevate the circus, to elevate the perception of circus in Sarasota County, but worldwide also.
Right.
So it's really great, and I'm really proud to represent this organization.
Yes, we really do. Our reputation worldwide is really one of high world-class performance, basically. We are getting emails from performers that want to perform here from all over the world. I get a lot of them myself, and they come in Russian, and they come in Spanish, and they come in all these different languages, and I just, of course, forward them on because I'm not the person that picks. But it is interesting to know that, years ago people had not heard of us or didn't really want anything to do with us, and now they're actually seeking us out to get to perform with us. An example of that is also One World Circus, which we produced over the summer, which was an international digital format show, which was live from 7 different locations around the world. And those artists were all artists that had worked with us previously and wanted to work with us again. So that was an amazing show. For those of you that would like to see One World Circus, it's available on our YouTube channel. It's about an hour long. There's no cost to watch it. Just do a search on Circus Arts Conservatory, and you'll find it on our channel, or you can just look for One World Circus, and hopefully it will pop up that way as well. But it was very successful. We're very proud of it. And because we were able to produce that show, we're looking forward to producing some digital shows this upcoming year. When our tickets go on sale, people will have the option of seeing them in person or getting a link to see them live streamed digitally. So maybe not live streamed, but streamed digitally. I'm not sure how that's working yet. It's all in the works. But and Kelly, you were very instrumental also in One World Circus. I think you helped with the performers with that. And
yeah, that was a really unique experience, and I think we were all a little bit out of our element, trying to put that together with all the. I think there were 7 different time zones we were working with to coordinate with the different artists all over the world. But it really turned out well, and we're really, really proud of it.
Yeah, it really helped us basically pivot during the pandemic. And like I said, it's helped us look forward to what we can do to still produce our shows. Because as all the other performing arts organizations here and around the world, the pandemic has had a huge impact on us financially. We're very, very lucky to still be here. Pedro and Dolly have done a fabulous job of stewarding the organization and making sure that we also have jobs. And we have a season to look forward to, so we're very lucky that way. But we also want to try to do whatever we can to bring some money in to keep the organization going. So thanks to One World Circus, we got a lot of the experience that we needed to be able to produce more shows digitally, as well as our gala. We're going to try to do our gala live streaming and also in person.
Very exciting.
So, yeah, we're excited about that. It's going to be a mask hour aid. People are going to be urged to wear their masks. And we're just doing the graphics for that now, and we're very excited because we think it's going to be a lot of fun.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I think it'll be different. I think people will be into it. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And we're having some fabulous masks being made by a professional costume designer. She does a lot of designing for the circus, as well as other costume needs. She's a professional performer, Gina Cristiani, and excited to be working with her and having her create these incredible masks that we're going to use, and we're going to auction off actually during the gala. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else you'd like to talk about that we haven't covered. Is there anything else you want to share about your history, your background, your schooling, your family?
Well, let's see. There's so much. I don't even know where to start. My grandfather first came to the United States in 1955.
Oh, wow.
He received a contract to work on the Mills Brothers Circus, which was at the time one of the second largest circus.
After Ringling Brothers?
After Ringling Brothers in the United States. That's where he met my grandmother, and they were married shortly thereafter, and then my mother and all of her siblings were born. And
now, were they born like on the circus?
Yes. My mother was born in East Los Angeles, working on a circus out west. And then my uncle was born here in Florida. And actually, my grandfather received a contract to work at the Circus Hall of Fame in Sarasota in 1966, which is how we all ended up here. My grandfather moved here and just liked it so much that he decided to stay after the contract ended.
So what did your grandfather and grandmother do? What were their acts?
My grandfather is a clown.
Oh.
I mean, he did other things, but that's his primary outlet. My grandmother worked with horses. She was a showgirl. She did web ladders, which are both aerial acts. My mother and her siblings did low wire, web, head balancing, trapeze, juggling.
Head balancing trapeze. I've not heard of that.
Juggling.
What is
that? It's very cool. So it's a trapeze, and on the trapeze is a round piece of metal, a disc, that's covered with fabric, and it resembles a donut. In fact, they're called donuts. And you stand on your head on the trapeze, and you have to balance, and then you do tricks. And I'll show you a video. It's pretty cool.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's very difficult. Not a lot of people do it because it requires a lot of practice. But yeah, and also all sorts of things.
Yeah, that sounds great. Oh, I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, I'll have to bring you all my albums, all my pictures.
So for those of you that want to search on it,
yes.
Google head balancing trapeze.
Yes. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. Although also my mother had gone to the doctor recently, and she has some arthritis, and the doctor said, "Well, wow, look at the X-rays of your neck. You have all this arthritis. It's terrible. What did you do?" And she said, "Well, I used to do head-to-head with my sister." Head-to-head is an acrobatic trick where you do a headstand on someone else's head. And the doctor looked at her like she was crazy, and then she thought better of it and kind of explained to him what it was. But yeah.
So is it rude for me to ask how old your mother is?
No, she's 57 years old.
Okay, that's pretty cool that she did that, and you said she retired, so she's not doing head-to-head anymore.
No, she's not. She is not.
Well, I guess that's good. And your grandparents, are they both still with us?
Yes, they're both still alive. They're 88 and 82.
Yeah.
And in fact, my grandfather's favorite thing to do is, gather us all around the table and tell his circus stories and get out all the old pictures, and we have to pretend that we haven't seen them before and that we've not heard the stories before, but
okay.
It's fun.
Well, that's all excellent. I'm so glad I asked you if you had stuff to add, because those are really interesting stories.
Yeah.
I love those, and I would like to see some pictures.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps it up for today with Kelly. So thank you so much for joining us. I feel like I know so much more about you now.
Well, thank you, Beth.
So basically, if you have any other information you'd like to get about the Circus Arts Conservatory, go to our website, circusarts.org, and you can find information about our classes, our upcoming performances, and the Sailor Circus, and any of our outreach programs, which we didn't discuss at all today. So thank you very much, and I would just like to remind everybody to be uplifting and kind to each other in these hard times, and keep calm, circus on, and may all your days be circus days.